All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. If you're alive, I'm really glad that you're here. If you are watching as a replay, you are also welcome. You didn't miss anything. This space meets you exactly where you are. You are free to pause, step away, or let it play quietly in the background. There's no need to finish it if you cannot. If you can, why not? Okay. So here we come. As you know, this is a calm space, a space where nothing needs to be adjusted or improved. You don't need to arrive fixing anything. You don't need to arrive differently than you are. You just need to feel calmer, clearer, and more settled. Yes. You can just be here exactly as you are. Okay? So let's take a slow breath together as usual. As many as you can. As many as you can. 1, 2, 3, even 10. It's okay. Slow breath together. Okay. Slow breath together. It's not to change anything. Just arrived. Right. Today's theme is arriving without adjustment. So, title as letting yourself be where you are. Letting yourself be where you are. Yes. Today, we are reflecting on something simple but often difficult. Simple but often difficult. Letting yourself be where you are. It sounds simple, but it is difficult. Yes. All right. So the first thing we'll look at is the urge to be somewhere else. The urge to be somewhere else. Yes. Many of us are carry a quiet urge to be somewhere else. Not where you are. You want to be somewhere else. Further along, more certain, more settled. Yeah, than where we are. Okay. Many of us want to be somewhere else. Even in moments of rest, there can be a sense that it should be different. That this moment should look better than it does. The urge to often come from comparison. That urge often come from comparison, from sometimes from expectation, and sometimes from the idea that where we are isn't enough. Most times, we think where we are is not enough. The urge to be somewhere else from expectation, from what we are expecting. We think where we are is not enough. Yes. But constantly trying to move away from the present moment can make life feel restless. Constantly wanting to move away from our present moment can make life more restless. Oh, yeah. Letting yourself be where you are doesn't mean you're giving up. It doesn't mean you're giving up because you're letting yourself be where you are. Does not mean that you're giving up. It means stepping the argument with presence. It means stopping the argument with the presence. That is the urge of wanting to be somewhere else. So that takes us to the second part of it. Why acceptance can feel uncomfortable. Acceptance feel uncomfortable. Why does it feel uncomfortable? Acceptance is often misunderstood. It could sound like resignation, like settling, or like, stopping effort because you're, trying to accept your presence. Why acceptance can feel uncomfortable? Because most times it's misunderstood. It sounds as if you're resigning. It sounds as if you're settling for less, or you just stopping effort. Now, but acceptance isn't approval, it is acknowledgement. It's not approval, it is acknowledgement. And it's saying this is where, or this is what here, being here right now is. It's an acceptance. It's not approval. It's an acknowledgement. It's simply saying this is what is here right now. And that can feel uncomfortable, especially if you are used to pushing through. So accepting the present can be uncomfortable if you're that type that is used to pushing through. Slowing down and noticing where you are can bring up emotions you have been managing quietly. It can bring back emotion that you have been managing quietly. Discomfort doesn't mean acceptance is wrong. Not being comfortable with acceptance doesn't mean it is wrong. It often means you are being honest. Yeah. Anytime you mention that word honest, I smile because honesty is the key. To be honest with yourself, not even with others, just yourself of the reality. You don't need to like where you are to let yourself be here. No, you don't have to. You don't need to like where you are or to let yourself be here. That is one thing you should know. What we're going to look at again is allowing the moment to be enough. Allowing the moment to be enough. Yes. Allowing the moment to be enough. Be self-satisfied. Letting yourself be where you are doesn't require effort. No. Isn't isn't something that you achieve. It is something you allowed. Something you just allow. It's not something you achieve. You allow it. Allowing the moment to be enough. Right now, you don't need to reach. You don't need to reach for clarity. You don't need to resolve anything. No. This moment doesn't need to be productive. It doesn't need to be meaningful. What you just need to do, you are allowed to be unsure. It is allowed. If you're not sure, it's allowed. It's allowed to be unsure of the moment. You're allowed to be tired. Of course. You're allowed to be in between. Of allowing the moment. Might not be sure of what the moment is, even is tired of the moment. Or in between. Bringing where you are. That is in between being where you are. It's already participation in life. You are allowed to be unsure. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to be in between. Being where you are is already a participation in life. That brings us to another arm of faith. Staying with yourself gently. Staying with yourself gently. Staying with yourself is a quiet form of care. It's a quiet form, it's a kind of care. It's a quiet form of care. Staying where you are. It's a form of care you give to yourself. It's a form of looking after yourself by staying with yourself gently. It means not bothering yourself just because things feel unfinished. It means you're not bothering yourself because stuff are not yet done. Results, you've not gotten results from what you're expecting, or you've not finished what you're meant to be doing, or you're not where you think you should be at the moment. So when you stay with yourself gently, it means you're not bothering yourself just because things feel unfinished. You don't need to rush out of this moment. to adjust it. You can stay. You can stay. Over time, allowing yourself to be where you are often creates more movement than forcing changes ever did. Oftentimes, allowing yourself to be where you are often creates more movement than forcing change ever did. But that movement comes gently. We'll be taking the last point, last but not the least. Settling into permission. Settling into permission. So, as we come towards the end of this time together, I want to leave you with this reassurance. You don't need to be anywhere else right now. No. You don't need to become someone different to belonging here. You don't need to be somewhere else right now. And you don't need to become someone else different to becoming here than belong here, rather. You don't need to become someone else different to belong here. Just be yourself, not someone else. Which means you are allowed to be where you are. You're allowed to be where you are. That is what I am leaving with you. That you don't need to be somewhere else right now. And you don't need to become someone else different to belong here. You are allowed to be where you are. Thank you for being here. Thanks for sharing this calm space. Yeah, I appreciate your spending this time here with me. There's nothing else you need to do. Let the rest of the day continue gently. And take care of yourselves gently. So come back for more. You could subscribe, put on the notification bell. I do this daily where we share calm space together. No rush. If you cannot meet up to watch live, it's always there for you to go back to. You just leave it on your background, start listening to. You can be doing other things. You can pause and go back to it again. It's always there anytime. You don't need to pay all your attention to it. Let it play on the background. There are more there on the playlist. Put them on your watch list and play it over and over again. And I'm sure by the time you do that, you surely get something from it. See you on the next one. Love you always. Stay well and stay safe. God bless you. Bye for now. Love you.